Hello and a very warm welcome to the Perilous Gaming server. My name is Sam and today I will be showing you a few tips and tricks on the Perilous Basewars server. So first of all, I'm going to make my way through the Perilous Gaming custom spawn and choose one of the 4 spawn portals. You can go to the beach, the main street, residential, or slums. In this instance, I'm going to go down to the slums and check it out. So as you can see, marked out by the black prop, I have claimed a base. If you claim a base, you should generally put a prop at the front of it, so then all defensive props and structures do not shoot out of your base. That is just a quick tip for you guys. So at the moment, I'm just checking out the base. Has enough room in it. I'd say this base probably would fit a faction of 4 in it. I can quite happily put a defense structure to defend this tunnel there. And that is why I've picked this location. When you're going around the map, you will need to choose a suitable location, and this will help build a suitable defense structure. So at the moment, I'm putting down 3 props, which will be stacked on top of each other. I've chosen something that will cover the length of the tunnel, which I can essentially sit in and defend from. As you can see now, I've got the stacker tool out and I'm changing the settings so that I'm able to stack props on top of each other. I'm going to no collide the first top 2 props and then precision the top prop. So then I have a gap to shoot through. I'm now going to test this with a weapon. So I will go into the key menu, go into Basewars, loadout, and then choose a pistol. And I'm just going to sit back in my crouch peak and try and shoot out of it. There we go. Works absolutely fine. So that is the basic defense structure that I usually use. I see that window up there needs a bit of protection. So I've put kind of like a solid 2 thick prop in front of it. Not too close to it, however, because people will be able to blowtorch that prop and it will blow your whole cover. So try to keep a bit of a gap between your props and walls. You don't want people blowtorching them straight through the wall because it is possible. So I'm just changing the material to make it look a bit nicer. I mean, even some materials can stop raiders seeing you much clearer than usual. Pick your materials sensibly. Obviously, you don't want materials that are invisible or see-through. Just pick sensibly. I'm now going to find a prop that will be able to protect my defensive peek out structure from nade. Now, nades in the server are quite useful. They can be thrown during only raids. They can be used to blow up any kind of entities or alternatively just kill you really. So this prop here will prevent nades from being thrown at me, and if they're lucky enough they'll be able to get it through that little peak gap that I have, but I highly doubt that they'll be able to even get it through there. So in order for this to work, I essentially have to have these 2 props at both ends of the crouch peak, so one on the top and one on the bottom. I use the precision tool to just get it in line with that gap. Obviously you don't want the prop to cover the gap at all, otherwise you won't be able to shoot out of it effectively. So for now I'm just going to precision that prop down a little bit and hopefully back into the crouch peak area. There we have it. So that is now nade proofed. Just that section though. Just have a think about whether you need nade protection on the left and right hand side if you are going for a base like this. In this instance I don't need it. I haven't got any entities outside, but if you have got healing pads and stuff like that, you might have to have some kind of a one-way on the left hand side there in order to protect you from nades and gunfire if they were to peek on the far right side. I'm now going to get a prop which will essentially block off my base. This is the prop that they're going to have to blow up and or blowtorch in order to get in. This prop will be stacked on top of each other. I've chosen this prop because it has the maximum amount of health possible that a prop can have, which is 1080. You can use the hardness tester in the key menu under base, but shelves are a pretty solid prop. They can be used for pretty much any base, so I highly suggest using these. Just make sure that people can't crouch underneath or jump over the top of your props. People do have double jump on the server at a high prestige. People do have the intellect to try and find ways around your base without blowing it up. So do bear that in mind. Now using the advanced duplicator tool in order to duplicate the front door prop If you haven't got 24 hours worth of playtime, you'll have to use the stacker tool. This is also under the queue menu under construction. Just changing the values here so then it stacks inside of the prop instead of kind of like next to it, because you don't want the props really moving from that position that you put your original prop on. And just use all of your props. In the bottom right you have a prop counter, so just stack all of the props that you have remaining into that one door prop. And then get the fading door tool, and you'll want to spam the key that you're going to use the fading door to open, and also left click on your fading door tool in order to set all of the props to the same fading door. Now you can open and close the door as you please. Excellent. So now that you got to this stage, you've got a base with a solid defense and also shelving units which act as your main defense prop. Now that you've made your main base defense, you'll now want to put down some money making machines, i.e. some printers. So I'm just going to buy a printer rack, a money bank, and the lowest tier printer as an example. I'll just pop that in the corner there. Rotate your money bank so then you can see it. Excellent. As you can see, it does say no power. That's quite easily fixed. If we just go into the queue menu, under base and generators, you will find some kind of a generator. You can get a gas generator or a solar panel. That will do to power our low tier printers. You'll also want a spawn point that is under base in the queue menu. Just activate it by pressing E on it. And there we have it. You'll spawn at your base every single time now. Now we need to put some defenses down. So get some mines, get some turrets, whatever you have. Just make sure that any of your defensive entities do not shoot outside of your base, otherwise you'll have some angry staff members coming at you. So we've got a second base design now. It's quite a nice little base. You can easily kind of make something similar to the strip club base that we just made with this long kind of corridor section. So if we put down our door prop again, so we get the shelves. I quite like the shelves myself, but you don't have to use that prop. You can use any prop with 1080 health. There we are. Just make sure that you angle it enough so then you're not able to crouch underneath it or jump over the top of it. As you can see, I'm just adjusting it here. Then I'm not able to crouch underneath it. That should be nearly there. Just need to make sure that you can't crouch under or jump over. Otherwise, your base defense is utterly useless. Now we've put down your door props, we now need to find a suitable prop to create your defense with. I've chosen this prop. It does phase into the wall just a little bit on the left, but you own the base anyway, so it should be absolutely fine. So now we're going to get that stacker tool out, do the same as before, stack on top of this prop another 2 times, so then we have a 3 tool structure. No collide the middle and the top prop, so then you're able to stand on it and then get the precision tool and just precision it, so then you have a little gap there which you can shoot through. Excellent. So as you can see, this kind of design can be applied in most bases with kind of like a long corridor or maybe even a staircase. It does work. Now we're going to find a prop to nade protect again. It's really important to nade protect, especially in a small base like this. If people are able to throw nades from the door, they might be able to get your printers, which will be about where I'm stood now. I'm going to use the advanced duplicator just to speed things up a little bit here. In your case, if you haven't got 24 hours worth of playtime, you will have to do this kind of manually or use the stacker tool. There we are. So if I just precision it, just as the same as the last base, just might need to edit that value there. There we are. Precision it right in, just leave in the gap so then you can actually see through. And that'll be absolutely fine. You've now set up the bulk of your defense for this base. You will have to fading door the front 2 grenade props. You can obviously do that using the fading door tool. I haven't done it in this example just to save a bit of time. However, in order for you to get back into the far rear of that base, you will need to fading door the front 2 defense grenade props. Apart from that, you just stack all the rest of your props onto this shelf, as I'm going to show you now using the stacker tool and or the advanced duplicator tool, which is much easier once you've got 24 hours worth of playtime. Now moving on to cosmetics. So we do have a new cosmetic system for Perilous. It is rather quite exciting. We have hundreds of cosmetics to choose from. You can use the unbox feature in order to unlock new features, skins, pets, and more. As you can see here, I've got a dragon, I think it's a rare dragon. It's actually quite cool. It follows you around the map. Obviously, none of this gives you any advantage in combat. It's all generally just cosmetic. However, they do look pretty damn cool. Now moving on to the F3 menu, which has factions, raids, and the rules in it. To create a faction, you just hit that create faction button and you enter a name, choose a color, and a password. As you can see in the tab menu, I've got my own faction now. To leave the faction, you just press the leave faction button. You can also raid people in the second tab in the raids section, and the third tab along has rules on it. The server rules are updated on this tab, so always keep an eye on them. Finally, the F4 skill menu is the prestige menu where you're able to prestige for skill points. Leveling up for prestiges means you can unlock unique skills. They're pretty awesome, to be honest. You can unlock double jump, faster blowtorch rates, etc, etc. You can also reset your skills in the prestige menu by pressing reset skills. There's also a little guide in the top right if you want to press that Steam button and have a look at the guide. You're more than welcome to. Now moving on to mining, we do have 2 mines on Perilous. There's one by the slums kind of area and then the other one by residential. I've shown you the one by slums, seems like people don't seem to know where this one generally is. I'm just going to show you a quick example of how to mine. In my key menu, I've got a pickaxe and a ore basket. All I do is left click on the ore that I want and right click into the basket. Once I've got the amount of ore that I need, I then chuck this into the processing unit. This then processes for a little while. And then I need a smelter. I then get the coal, put it in the smelter, and chuck some gold in there, and it will give me some gold ingots. All I need to do then with those ingots, take them to the dealer, and he will exchange the ingots for money. Simple as that. Anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this quick tutorial guide. As always guys, have a nice day and see you next time.